Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. I want to welcome Brian. Brian's a new tavern member. Thank you, Brian. So, um, Meredith Placco has resigned as CEO of Steve Jackson Games. She got that position just about 2 years ago. Meredith Placco announced her resignation as the chief executive of Steve Jackson Games. It's effective April 18th, 2025. This article is from the 17th. So, not much of a warning, apparently. Placco replaced longtime CEO Phil Reed in 2023 when he stepped back from the role. She had come to Steve Jackson Games from Turbo Dork, where she also served as CEO. I don't know of Turbo Dork, but okay. After two formative years at Steve Jackson Games, I've made the decision to step down from my role of CEO, said Placco. This decision was not made lightly and came after months of deep reflection. I'm proud of the work I've done and so grateful for the talented people I've had a chance to work with. As CEO, Placco helped engineer several successes for the company, including the 1.3 million Munchkin Big Box campaign, crowdfunding campaign, and an expansion of the Munchkin line to include the Shadowrun license. Interesting. More recently, Placco had spoken out about the effects of tariffs on the game industry and had been to a. Oh, she just recently been elected to a 2 year term as a publisher director on the Gamma board. Interesting. When her resignation comes effective, she will return to her old company, Turbo Dork, as CEO. So that was sent to me this morning, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But then I got this article. This was sent to me. Steve Jackson Games CEO Meredith Placco abandons the company amid tariff panic. Meredith Placco, the CEO of veteran tabletop game publisher Steve Jackson Games, has abruptly resigned from the company just 2 years after taking over the role, and mere weeks after the company reported significant financial losses. This is all missing from the ICV2 article. It appears as if Placco wanted to get out of Dodge as tariffs are about to make the situation worse for the already embattled company. Placco, who was appointed in April of 2023 as part of Steve Jackson Games' push for diversity and leadership, has officially stepped down according to an announcement that carefully avoids mentioning the company's financial situation. Instead, Placco claims she's leaving to focus on her own company, Turbo Dork, stating the decision was not made lightly and came after months of deep reflection. While Placco's statement admits that her resignation comes soon after the company reported dismal financial results. According to ICV2, which, by the way, is what that other article was, Steve Jackson Games' gross sales declined to just 3.5 million in 2023, producing a loss for the year, and that 2024 was flat with 2023's numbers. This represents a significant drop from their previously reported 4.7 million in 2022, which was later adjusted downward due to a revised accounting for crowdfunding projects. What Placco's statement? Oh, that's right. I already had that. So the company's founder, Steve Jackson, made an admission about their financial state in their annual report, saying, "No fear, we have plenty of runway left. I just hate to use it." This statement reveals that the company is actively burning through cash reserves rather than operating profitably. Placco's departure also comes close to her public panic over tariffs. On April 3rd, she authored a blog post warning that the 54% tariff on Chinese imports would be devastating for the company, Steve Jackson Games, dramatically stating it could mean closing down entirely for some game publishers. Just 2 weeks later, she's abandoning her position. This financial collapse follows years of Steve Jackson Games embracing, and this is what the article has its own slant. Okay, not saying it doesn't. Progressive politics. And Steve has made public comments that are not, he doesn't avoid politics in his comments. We'll leave it that way. But perhaps more telling is that Placco's resignation comes less than a month after she was elected to a 2-year term representing publishers on tabletop trade organization Gamma's board. This suggests, again, this is the article, it's not I, but they say this suggests she has been using the position for clout in the industry as a launching point for her own end. I do believe, however, that Gamma positions are unpaid, so I don't know how that converts. Just throwing it out there. With more than 30 full time staff and contractors at the start of 2025, Steve Jackson Games now faces an uncertain future without leadership. The company that created the popular card game Munchkin appears to be paying the price for prioritizing political messaging over product quality and around sound business practices. As one industry observer noted, when you spend more time virtual signaling than creating good games people actually want to play, this is the inevitable result. Yeah. Now, there are other signs which I'm not going to talk about, but I've noticed that says that there are a number of companies that are not weathering the storm very well. We shall see what the future of Steve Jackson Games is. Folks, as always, if you are a member of the Tavern, you're going to get this pretty much right after it's recorded. Otherwise, you'll get it, I don't know, 8, 12 hours later. Not a big deal. It's got to marinate a little bit. Folks, I do appreciate the members. Again, Brian, welcome. Thank you for joining. And otherwise, there is going to, if you're getting this on Saturday, there's a live stream tonight. Gamers Health, we'd like to see you all there. 8 p.m. All right, folks. God bless. Catch you later.